guys. They are not 8-2. That's the question. Are they as good as their record? I mean, first of all, they're the first team in NFL history to be 8-2 with a negative point differential. So on that alone, you can tell that they're not of the caliber of your typical 8-2 team. Now, that's not to say they're not a good team. I think when you have the best wide receiver in football, one of them, one of the best left tackles in football, and Zadarius Smith, you have a foundation there. But Keyshawn, this is not a good defense. You saw that on display against Dallas, and Kirk Cousins is not playing consistently at a high level this year. They're a good team. They're not a great team. It's the reason why they weren't Stephen A's A-list. They're not going to be there, in my opinion, and it's okay to be a good team because there's a lot of parity in the NFL right now. People can win any given Sunday, but we should recognize them for who they are, which is not an 8-2 team.
That's what their records say. Their records say they're 8-2. That's what they are. Teams in the National Football League in 17 weeks, Mina, teams in the National Football League in 17 weeks are not going to win every game the way we want them to. And they're not going to lose every game the way we think they're going to lose. They lost to the Dallas Cowboys 40-3. They're not going out there next week and losing to somebody 40-3. We didn't think they were going to steal one from the Buffalo Bills, but we also didn't think the Kansas City Chiefs would go into Indiana.
They shouldn't have won the game against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
but
they
Josh Allen knew how to snap the damn ball. I mean, if they lost, all they had to do was take a knee. And take a knee, and the game is over, and they move the ball a half yard, and they couldn't do that.
Guess
That's the reason Minnesota won that Buffalo game.
It didn't happen, okay? All Ray Allen had to do was miss a three-pointer, and LeBron won the championship. But guess what? It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
I feel like
hit the three.
So often our discussions come down to this. You are what your record says you are when it comes time to seed for the playoffs, for sure. But we can look at a team and say, well, this team that maybe has 6 wins is better than this team with 8 wins fundamentally. Like, we can look at the underlying qualities of the team, the quarterback, whatnot, and try to evaluate them based on their own merits. I mean, that's why we're here. If it was just the records, there would be no debate. We would just put up the standings every week and go about our business.
We can look at the records, but we also can forecast what they could potentially be down the line as they continue to correct the mistakes. We say Jefferson disappeared in 2 games that they lost because they neutralized him and took him out and made Kirk Cousins do something that he hadn't been able to do. Don't we think that the coaches are going to go back to the drawing board and say to themselves, okay, this is what's happening to us. When this happens, we struggle. Let's do it differently this time around. Because I honestly think that will be the case.
Well, they're going to play well because look at their schedule. It's easy.
I can't talk to you and Stephen A. Now this is schedule. You've been around him too long, Mina. He's rubbing off on you. He's rubbing off on you.
Now
you're rubbing off on you. I should be rubbing off on you.
Do you think Kirk Cousins is playing good football right now, Key? Do you think Kirk Cousins is playing like one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL?
Get on him, Mina. Get on him. Get him.
I'm just asking. It's a simple question.
I can't answer that. I plead the fifth. I can't answer that.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Listen, first of all, that needs to be in our plays and our moments of the week.
We
need to include that best of the week. Keyshawn Johnson saying, I plead the fifth. You got to be kidding me.
Because if I say he's playing good football, well, here's the da-da-da-da-da. And if I say he's not playing.
Well, I will say this.
But he's doing enough for them to be 8-2. But he's doing enough to be 8-2.
Why you being defensive? We just asked a question. All you had to do was answer it. I will say this, though. It's the first time ever. It's the first time ever I thought to compare you to Mark McGuire. I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm not here to talk about the past.
But I look at it and I say,
they didn't even know how to plead the fifth.
But see, I look at it a week ago, Stephen A.
Yeah, outside of that beatdown by the Cowboys, how did you think he was playing?
Outside of that beatdown.
Yeah, we're looking at that 1 week.
40-3 on your home court.
I thought he was playing okay and solid. I did. Outside of the beatdown,
he was.
I thought he was solid.
Until the press mounted. Until he was put in the spotlight and said, all right, Kirk Cousins, show us what you got. We believe in you. We believe in you, Kirk. We believe in you, Kirk.
Wait,
and then after that,
hold on. Let me ask you something, Stephen, because I know you watched the game, so I'm not even going to say, did you watch the game? Because I already know you and Mina watched the game.
That's right.
And even if you didn't, you went back and watched film.
That's right. That's
6 sacks. That's not on him. The offensive line was getting killed up front. That's not on him.
40-3.
Yeah.
I'm not
so
saying
how can I blame him?
I'm not saying to blame him, but 40-3 is 40-3, my brother. I mean, damn, blame Dalvin Cook, too. Blame Justin Jefferson, too. Blame Thielen and Hawkinson, too. Blame O'Connell, or blame everybody. Blame the cheerleaders.
Look,
blame everybody.
He is low-hanging fruit. There's no question about it. He's low-hanging fruit. He really is. He's just like Jimmy G at times.
We're not even arguing that he's a bad quarterback. The question was, are they an 8-2 team? Do they have the qualities of an 8-2 team? If you're an 8-2 team, it would stand to reason you're one of the best teams in football. That's why we're asking questions about, like, do you really think the quarterback is up there? Do you really think this is a top-tier defense? Because we're not asking if the Vikings are good. I think we all agree they're a good football team. The question was, are they 8-2 good? And that's why Stephen I take issue with it, because they're just not.
I do though. I think they're 8-2 good. I really honestly do. I think they're 8-2 good football team.
8-2 team doesn't get spanked like that.
Today.
Yeah, he's giving up a lot of love.
Come on now. I didn't watch.
I've never seen Keyshawn get that kind of love.
I didn't watch Peyton Manning 13 game-win teams get beat down against the Jets 41-0, Mina.
Yeah.
With Peyton Manning at quarterback.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Mina? If Keyshawn was here in New York, it would be harsher.
Yeah, he'd be
It's that he in that sunshine in Cali. That's what that's about, okay?
I think you're right. He's a softie.
Yeah, you are.
That's okay. That's all right, Mina.
He's a sweetie.
All right.
He's just a big sweetie.
I'm going to lunch today.
Let me guess.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.